Hey, so I'm assuming this is just for you, Professor, but I'm pretty stoked to kind of walk you through my blog and also the research that I've done on it. Um, so, a little bit of background about myself and the reason I chose my blog. I've worked in the cycling industry. I work at a bike shop just kind of get me through school. I worked there for the last 4 years, and before that, I actually raced um, collegiately on UVU's team, on their road team, and I just love bikes, super into it. So it just seemed like a really natural topic for me to choose. Also, I mean, I ride about 100 miles a week, most of which is commuting because the shop that I work at, down in Spanish Fork, and so about 14 miles both ways or one way. So about 26 to 30 miles depending on which route I take a day of commuting. And so I'm just super passionate about cycling. And when I chose the topic, we talked a lot about being able to be uh, an industry leader and know what you're talking about. So that's kind of why I chose it. So the name I chose, 50 miles per taco. I'm actually super proud of that name. Thought it was just kind of funny, and also, especially doing blog posts. One tip that I read, which I know you kind of emphasize in class too, is that you need to make sure that the titles are easy to remember, and also that will help you click. So that's the reason behind the name, the 50 miles per taco. Just kind of a joke there. So let's just jump in. So my target market mostly is male. The cycling industry is a predominantly male industry, which I thought was interesting, but when doing the research on it, but totally agree, especially working at the shop. That's the majority of the people that come in. So I made a couple buyer personas when I started the blog, just to kind of give an idea of the uh, I don't know what the content that I should be putting up and what would make it interesting. So the first buyer persona I created, I just gave him the name Joe. Joe's 33. He works in software sales in Provo. Makes about 70,000 a year. He's married and he's got 3 kids. My second buyer persona's name, let's see, Tony, 47. He works in construction. Lives in Payson, makes 40,000 a year. He's divorced with 1 kid. These buyer personas were kind of based off of a lot of people that come into the shop in Noble Cycling, and I kind of confirmed just through a little bit of research online with that the cycling industry. This is a lot of the people that are kind of more interested in it, and this is probably the people that are going to be looking at my blog. So, kind of the key takeaways I got from the whole experience, which I'll show the blog in just a second, but I don't have a ton of followers, which makes sense just because it's so new, and I feel like it wouldn't really make sense to really work on monetizing the blog, until I have more followers. Just I don't want to scare anybody away, but definitely something that could do in the future. Also, going off the buyer personas, I feel like I should really focus on the informational blog posts, just because these people that come in, I mean, they're really interested in this industry, and they like hearing about the new gear and just random stuff like that. And also, I don't think that I used enough pictures, and so if I were to go back and add things to my posts, I'd probably add a few more pictures. So let me just jump into my blog right here. So let's go to the home page first. So I did take your advice. I threw up a picture of a bike, and I did a little bit more kind of quotes like changing the bike one world at a time. Life's like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. Love that quote by Albert Einstein. And really, my goal when people come to this page is just to get a little, kind of stoked. But I didn't want it to seem
too. A lot of the WordPress blogs I've saw, they're just kind of chintzy, and I felt like the kind of older picture of the bike and then the Albert Einstein quote kind of just gave a little bit more of a classy vibe. That's kind of what I was going for. I really like and the little HTML that I changed here just to kind of orient the way that it works. I really love how WordPress gives you the option. This wasn't hard, to do, but you can kind of scroll up at the pictures just sitting back there. I really like that. And then it shows just a couple of featured blogs, most recent, and then the most popular, which I kind of like how they orient that. And then I wrote, follow me, but not in a creepy way. So if people want to subscribe, then they can look here. And then I also am big on getting comments and things, which I haven't really gotten any comments yet, but that's okay. But I had the ability to leave a reply right here. Moving on, so I got a frequently asked questions page, which really just did some really fast questions. The nice thing about this was it actually gave me a lot of ideas on posts to do. And so I actually ended up doing like a commuting blog, like a post more based off of this stuff. And this blog is a lot about commuting, but it's kind of about just cycling in general. But yeah, a lot of these questions are to deal with community just because that's what I do a lot of. The videos are right here. Had a lot of fun with the videos. My how-to video for some reason is not uploaded here. But yeah, had a lot of fun doing the videos. The one difficult thing that I found is you got to do it in the right time to get the lighting right. So that was kind of a challenge that I faced. And then the blog feed here. So here's all the posts. Kind of like how this is set up. I felt like this was just kind of a clean way to make it, and then they can kind of scroll down. Here's a few of my posts. And I should have the correct amount of posts up there, but you can look over that. But yeah, no, overall, just had a really good time doing it. And oh, you know what? Let me go to the metrics too, because I know that was part of the assignment that I need to pull up the stats of it. So here are my stats. Not great, but not horrible. 27 views. I think a lot of those were. It looks like there's only 2 visitors, so I think I was working on that a lot that day. But throughout the months, you can see, all of the movement there. I don't have the followers and the likes and things that I want, but that'll just come with time. And after that point, that's when I would end up monetizing it. But yeah, overall, I just really enjoyed it. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to make this blog. I'd never really done one before to this extent, and it was really fun. So thanks.